EA Sports and the International Federation of PGA Tours are proud to present a World Golf Championship. Today from Chambers Bay in Washington, live second round coverage of the EA Sports Championship. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the top at 3 under par. Our featured golfer, right in it, just a couple of shots off the pace. That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2. Second shot forthcoming from the left side of this fairway.
And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. That's going to move her score to 2 under par. Now at the second and a medium-length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left.
Oh, and right on the heels of the opening birdie, the tee shot at 2 going to wind up in the bunker. So now she's looking at a tough second here, out of the sand.
Now that's actually a pretty good shot, really. I know that's not exactly close to the hole, but out of the fairway bunker, safely on deck.
This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. This one is looking good. Could it be? Oh, that nearly went in. That's a touch of class right there. Very good effort. That finished off for par here with the second. And she's going to remain a shot back. The third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners. Well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. This going to be her second shot now at the par 3. Oh, how about the touch right there? Very well done.
Hard to do much better than that. It was nearly perfect.
So that safely in. It's a par here at the 3rd. And she'll remain one shot off the lead. Frank, standing here on the 4th tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but if anything, you want to keep the tee shot down the left side. It's going to give you a better angle to the green. And unlike the 2 previous holes, this fairway slopes to the other direction, to the right.
Well, this is left all the way. That might have been okay if it stayed in that thinner rough, but I think this popped into that deeper area. Not taking the easy road on this hole, but still a chance to get out of here respectably, Frank.
Yeah, if that ball had just missed that bunker, got some decent distance out of that deep rough.
Well, this one out of the bunker, that is a positive development, but not on the green. It's in the short grass. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And she's going to fall a couple of shots off the pace. Well, Frank, here at the 5th, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right. And those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
A big drive, but a poor result as that's going to wind up in the bunker. Digging in here, readying her second from the fairway bunker.
Well, there's a good strike out of the fairway bunker, but that green side bunker just lapped up that shot.
Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. That is well read. A terrific putt there to save par. And she'll remain 2 shots off the pace. Ready to tee off here at the 6th. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
Well, as long as it's not in the rough, the bunkers, well, there's no trees here, really. That little green strip, that runway down there, another hole that bends to the right. But find the fairway. The fairway's wide enough. You've got a pretty good idea exactly where you want to go. And once again, this is one of the shorter par 4s. So good drive here, just a short iron in.
This started toward the left side.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Okay, no further damage. It's a bogey 5, and she'll drop back to 3 shots off the lead. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill. After that bogey at the last and finding the rough here, it's going to be time to have a little tap on the cranium and get things in the right place.
Oh, and that is going to wind up missing the target by a good margin, and that will be no bargain in there. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. 12 feet still to go. That one just gonna sneak on by. That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7th. And she's going to fall here to +1. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Gonna work this up that left-hand side. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Safely back into the fairway. That was the job at hand, and it's a good end result. Frank, the approach shot here at the 8th, and what's a player looking at?
Well, you've got no bunkers really to worry about, but obviously a lot of undulation. You can see there that if you use the contours, that ball's going to kick around a little bit. Relatively narrow, but this is not a problem. You can go in here low or high. In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And it's so important to get this one rolling up the slope with just the slightest movement from left to right.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And she'll stay at 1 over. Finishing up our front side here at the 9th, it's a par 3. And Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's an absolute stunner, really, because of the views. And this is where you realize that links golf, minus trees and minus some of the things we see on other golf courses, can still look absolutely beautiful. But don't look at the scenery too much, because you've got, well over 200 yards here. Even though it's elevated, it still requires a good tee shot. But a little 2 here, and you might just have yourself a good outward 9.
And I don't think that ball's going to wind up being playable. That area is considered out of bounds. That ball went straight down into the heavy rough. looking to splash this softly onto the green. Not a good hole of golf here. It is that time to pick up and move on. Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those two short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Frank, it appears as though this approach shot here at the 10th is fairly straightforward.
It is. You've got a flat green, so you're not really worrying about mounds or bounces here. And really, this is, with a short iron in hand, this is one of those ones you just green light, you go straight at the flag here. A touch long, a touch left. But still, how good can you putt?
This will be a 14-foot putt here. Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. So that's in for par to start this backside. And she's going to remain at +4. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Nope, didn't see the break, and that slides by to the left. Safely in. It's a bogey here at number 11. And she'll fall now to +5. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
too, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
I don't think she's going to be too happy with that. This is into the bunker off the tee. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. The great British announcers would call this a little bit of a tiddler. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And she's going to get it back to 4 over par. On to the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay. It's a par 4, and they call this one Eagle Eye.
Yeah, dogleg to the right, beefy par 4. You hit it down to one of the widest fairways on the golf course. And then up in front, if you look at the middle of the green, you're going to see one bunker. Needless to say, that's got to be avoided.
Solid, a good drive in the fairway. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
Good chance to save par after that beautiful flop shot. Looked in trouble there at one stage.
Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
is a beauty. Is that going to get the slope? Yes, it will. Check this out. Woo, that's going to keep right on going. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
105 yards to the front, 115 to the hole. Wind is helping from behind, so you can take a little less club.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Gonna have to be a little careful with this one. It's for birdie.
Hold it there. Yeah, well done. That putt had potential for danger, but that's pretty good. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And her score is going to stay right where it is.
Right, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of you wants to go up and hug this tree. It is all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
And this has been a problem all round long. Out of position again off the tee as that is into the thick stuff. Here comes the second now from right of the green. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Now to the three-hole finishing stretch here at Chambers Bay, and we get it started with a relatively short par 4. It's a 423-yard hole, the 16th, Frank.
Being slightly to the right, there's a huge bunker all the way down the right side that sort of starts, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards off the tee, goes all the way to the green. You go right, and then you realize why this hole is called beached.
All right, in the fairway. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4.
An awkward little bunker shot, just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Yeah, Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Okay, in for a bogey at 16. And that will not help the cause.
Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
That one safely on the putting surface. Got to at least try to cozy it in that 3-foot circle. This for birdie. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. No problems there. That's par here at 17. And she'll remain at 5 over. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic, to say the least. Okay, on the green, but that's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
All you have to do is start this on line and let the slope do its thing. I don't see a lot of movement in it.
Oh, that is a beauty, in for birdie here at the last. And this is going to be a second round score of 75. So remember, no cut here in this event. Our featured golfer with work to do over the weekend to try and claim this EA Sports Championship.
There isn't a cut, but it is a very high quality field. So in the end, you're still going to have to play your best golf this week.
So for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.